billion-dollar question. Is driving an electric vehicle a good idea? Even if we need to burn some toxic fossil fuels and poison a few kids to feel better about ourselves? The answer, well, it seems to be a qualified, asterisk-laden, more information required, yes-ish. I know people who will drive all over town to find ethically sourced coffee beans. They drive around in their EV without a care in the world, no concern, or really maybe no idea where the electricity came from, and often no sense at all of the damage and sometimes death caused by making the batteries that power the car. Too dramatic? Well, keep listening and then you decide. Welcome to The Twisted Lens, Episode 11, The Electric Car Guilt Trip. Driving a modern electric car is pretty cool. Smooth, quiet, and efficient, these vehicles, they make us feel good about ourselves for saving the world and saving money on gas, well, at least for now. So what's wrong? Don't I deserve a pat on the back and a guilt-free drive into the proverbial sunset? Maybe, but not so fast. We might need to twist the lens and look at the dark side of the bright future. Electric cars need energy in the form of electricity. In the same way that combustion engines, they need gasoline. Now, neither electricity or gasoline exist in a natural state. And of course, to create anything comes with consequences. Electricity and the batteries needed to store the electricity are no exception. So let's go back to grade 8 science class and the first law of thermodynamics. It says energy cannot be created or destroyed, but can only change states. That means water can become steam to drive a piston, natural gas can be liquefied, uranium atoms can be split, and coal, it can be burned to release heat to create electricity. Energy in all forms, just a different way to use it. Okay, got it. In North America, about 60% of all electricity is created by burning fossil fuels, including, to be fair, natural gas. However, it's region dependent because in Ohio, 70% of electricity is created by burning raw coal, the worst product for the release of CO2 and the most toxic fuel to get out of the ground. So yes, to create clean burning electricity for an EV sometimes requires burning huge quantities of the fossil fuel called coal in order to avoid burning the fossil fuel called oil. What? Talk about an inconvenient truth. And the batteries? Well, they need lithium, they need nickel, and they need cobalt, to name a few. And where, pray tell, do these things come from? If you are a hardcore planet saver, you might want to cover your ears for this next part. These metals, they require strip mining, and often in countries like Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile. They use antiquated, smoke-belching combustion engines to run the equipment to dig in the dirt, pollute the rivers, and destroy the vegetation to get at the minerals for the batteries. And that's the good news. In places like the Congo, which I could not easily find on a map, they don't have much equipment. So what do? Toxic cobalt is mined by hand by children. How many children? At least 40,000, according to UNICEF. Oh, and it gets better. About 86% of the world's cobalt supply is controlled by only one country, China, via the China Non-Ferrous Metal Mining Group. And the batteries, well, they're made by China's Amperex technology company. Talk about a supply chain dependent nightmare if relationships change. Where's the Congo again? Who cares, I guess, as long as I get my ethically sourced coffee beans. Like most people, I'm feeling pressure on my soul and, of course, on my wallet to drive an electric vehicle. And yet, the more homework I do, the more the concerns pile up. And when the day comes, and it will for sure, that electricity is 10 times the price of today, I may be wishing for that old 94 gas-guzzling Buick, but those days, they will be long gone. So go ahead and buy your new EV. Just do it with an informed, humble attitude, devoid of righteous indignation that the rest of us who haven't yet made a choice yet aren't all bad. And let's hope we don't do more harm than good.